The most thrilling story of Indian independence, the Great Salt March. The Indian independence movement is filled with numerous remarkable and inspiring stories, but one of the most thrilling and impactful events was the Salt March of 1930, also known as the Dandi March. This pivotal moment in the struggle for freedom, led by Mahatma Gandhi, captured the world's attention and galvanized the Indian populace against British colonial rule. By the late 1920s, the Indian National Congress, under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, was becoming increasingly impatient with the British government's refusal to grant India self-rule. The British had imposed heavy taxes on common goods, including salt, which was an essential commodity for all Indians, particularly the poor. The British monopoly on salt production and distribution meant that Indians were forced to buy salt from the government, often at exorbitant prices. Gandhi decided to use this issue to highlight the injustices of British rule and to launch a non-violent campaign of civil disobedience. Gandhi announced his plan to march from his ashram in Sabarmati to the coastal village of Dandi, where he would illegally produce salt from seawater. The 240-mile march was intended to awaken the Indian masses and inspire them to join the struggle for independence through non-violent means. On March 12, 1930, Gandhi set out from Sabarmati Ashram with 78 followers. As they marched through the villages of Gujarat, thousands of Indians joined them, swelling their ranks and creating a powerful symbol of unity and resistance. The Salt March lasted 24 days, during which Gandhi and his followers walked an average of 10 miles a day. They faced intense heat, exhaustion, and the threat of arrest by British authorities. Despite these challenges, the marchers remained resolute, drawing strength from Gandhi's leadership and their shared commitment to the cause. As they passed through villages, Gandhi spoke to crowds about the injustices of British rule and the need for non-violent resistance. His message resonated deeply with the people, and the march grew into a mass movement. By the time they reached Dandi on April 5th, thousands had joined the march. On the morning of April 6, 1930, Gandhi reached the seashore at Dandi. In a simple yet profound act of defiance, he picked up a lump of salt from the beach, breaking the British law. This symbolic act of resistance was a turning point in the struggle for independence, inspiring millions of Indians to join the civil disobedience movement. Following Gandhi's example, people across India began producing and selling salt illegally. The British authorities responded with mass arrests, including Gandhi himself. But the movement could not be suppressed. The Salt March had galvanized the Indian populace and brought international attention to the cause of Indian independence. The Salt March was a critical moment in the Indian independence movement. It demonstrated the power of non-violent resistance and the ability of ordinary people to challenge colonial rule. The widespread civil disobedience that followed the march put immense pressure on the British government and highlighted the unsustainable nature of their control over India. The march also had a profound impact on the global stage. It inspired other anti-colonial movements and civil rights struggles around the world, showcasing the effectiveness of non-violent resistance as a tool for social and political change. The Salt March stands as one of the most thrilling and significant events in the history of Indian independence. It was a bold and courageous act of defiance that united the Indian people, demonstrated the power of non-violent resistance, and brought the struggle for freedom to the forefront of global consciousness. The legacy of the Salt March continues to inspire movements for justice and equality worldwide. Would you like to know more about other key events or figures in the Indian independence movement?